I've had a couple of telephone calls following up the last video in relation to the difference between mindfulness and using mindfulness in the cut and thrust of your everyday life, particularly from the perspective of goal setting. And it's wonderful that we've had these conversations at this time of year, because there's a gap between Christmas and the New Year where most people will find that they have the opportunity to let their minds drift off into the world of what might be. Now that's different to the normal way in which at 4 o'clock in the morning our minds can drift off into the world of what we don't want to be, into the world of worry, into the world of stress. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, and the best word to actually sum it up is daydreaming. You remember when you were a little child and you wanted to be a train driver or an astronaut. Sorry, I can only talk about this from the male perspective. I didn't really hang around with an awful lot of girls when I was 7 or 8 years old. And to be quite honest, as things stand now, I do what I'm told in this house. I'm only joking. Seriously. Remember the time in your life when you were at your most carefree and you kind of thought about things that might be. Now, I am not suggesting that between Christmas and the New Year we become childish, although I'm sure with a couple of glasses of something, some of us will. What I'm actually suggesting is that you become more childlike. You will have gathered from watching all these videos over the last number of years that the subconscious mind, where we store our beliefs, where we store our hopes and dreams, the subconscious mind that is often overwhelmed by the 70,000 thoughts rattling around our everyday mind. The subconscious mind is actually a childlike mind. Think about it. We all know that the foundations of our personality were cast in stone during the first 3 years of our lives, particularly the third year of our lives, between the age of 2 and 3. That childlike mind between 2 and 3 is actually us at our best. What I'm suggesting to you in the gap between Christmas and the New Year is that you revisit you at your best. Let your mind off the lead. Take the structure of the way you see the world away. Let your mind daydream. Let yourself begin to explain to you all the wonderful things in life that would be best for you. Entirely different from what do you want out of 2018. Entirely different from the stock question in interviews, where do you see yourself in 5 years' time? Entirely different from the way in which we ordinarily go about what I want out of life. This is you telling you what would be best for you in life.